Hey Pirates, many people are asking what should they get for this bounty. And with about 18 hours to go, I thought I'd release my thoughts about what's a priority. Of course, it all depends on where you are in the game and what's more important for you. So first of all, ask yourself, do you care more about defending your base or having fun attacking other players' bases? That's going to inform your decision. So let's go and take a look at the store. The first thing I want to say about the store is that this new turret, the Archimedes missile, it's not good. So I redeemed one and I tested, and it really doesn't do much. So if you haven't, I would recommend you don't redeem any Archimedes. There are more interesting turrets here for you to get. So thinking about defense first, instead of spending your points on the Archimedes, which costs 25,000 bounty each, I recommend you get some Armageddon scattergun turrets. If you don't have any, this is a must-have. This is one of the best long-range turrets in the game right now, if not the best. So it's 25,000 points each as well. So instead of wasting your points on the Archimedes, take the Armageddon scattergun. Before, people who already had them had 3. That was the limit. The limit has been increased to 5. So that's why I took 2 more here. Now I have 5 of them available, and I'll likely be using all 5 of them, mixed with some mongoose maybe, or just, the Armageddon, because it's really that good. So this would be my first priority for defense. Priority number 2 would be to get some of these building armor. These reinforcements, they are armor for buildings. I'd say the most important right now, because a lot of people coined their Warhound upgrades, is the CT, D6 CT upgrade, reinforcement. This is really good, and I'd say it's the most required right now. And a close second place against trenchers would be the D6C. If you can take at least 1 or 2 of them, I say take these 2, CT first and then C, and replace any armor you have on buildings with these 2, because not only they'll give almost 3 times more than the previous specials for that, but they consume half as much power. So it's going to free up a lot of base power that you can use for better turret specials, better tactical modules, and stuff like that. If you can redeem more than 2, I'd say after the CT and C, get the X. That would be your priority number 3, because that will help you against both the Hellswarm mortar and the side weapons on the Warhounds, while C helps you against Trencher and CT against the Warhounds, which are the most common holes. A distant 4th place would be the D6R, for you to put on some buildings against the Hellswarm UAV. But I'd say that's a distant 4th place. And if you notice, let me scroll all the way up, I'm not even redeeming the D6M or D6CO right now, simply because there's not a single current Conqueror dealing corrosive damage. Nothing. And the only current Conqueror dealing penetrative damage, it's the built-in trencher weapon. So that's for defense. Now, if we're looking at attack, I'd say first question is, are you coining the upgrades on your Conquerors? If you are, you don't really need the kits at all. But if you're not, then you're going to need kits to upgrade your Conquerors. That's pretty much a paywall, preventing you from hitting top-end bases. And if that's important to you, get the kits. You need 200 kits to upgrade each ship to U1, and then again 200 to go from U1 to U2. See what's your priority, get the kits. And then after that, I'd say go for this Tactical Onslaught engine. It's a good engine because it tops up the speed with the regular Onslaught, which is also limited, but I'm calling regular because it doesn't have the tactical field resistance. So that allows for some interesting builds. You give up some evade. The Onslaught engine gives you 21%, but no tactical field resistance. And in the end, if you combine this guy with Agility System 4, you end up ahead. So I'd say it's good to have some of these guys. So that's what you need in terms of attack, assuming you have the Conqueror blueprints, you have the weapons, and so on. All right. I hope this is helpful. I'm pretty much looking at the top prices here. Of course, there's a whole bunch of stuff for you to catch up, like the Invader plates. If you don't have them, they're good to get. Piranhas, but Piranhas are available in other events, cheaper than in Bounty. So I'd say don't go for them here. You know, the regular Onslaught engine, it's cheaper than the tactical Onslaught. And it's the top option as well. They're just slightly different. Like I said, this one has more evade, but no tactical field resistance. And that's it, unless you're looking to really go for old stuff, but I never recommend that. The tokens are mostly for old stuff. The other top prizes we discussed, and the rest is pretty much cosmetics, skins, and whatnot. If you're really catching up, make sure you have specials like such as the ECM dampener. Very important special for Conquerors, you should have it. Make sure you have the right weapons for your Piranhas and so on. Other turrets like the Mongoose here, you know, it's I think the second best, but there are cheaper places to get them, like I said. So I hope this was helpful, and see you next time, parts.